Hello, Class 5-3. Mr. Waterman here with today's language arts lesson. I hope everyone is doing safe and well. Today is Tuesday, January 12th, 2021. This is our lesson for period 3. Now today we are going to start to read the new story in our theme called The Art Lesson. So in the last lesson, I talked to you a little bit about a talent show, and you had to write a little bit about a talent show that you would plan. So we learned that everyone has a talent. They may be able to cook, they may be able to sing, they may be able to build things, to dance. Everyone has a special talent, okay? So you are going to read a story, we are going to read a story about a little boy who is very artistic. And I know many of you like art, and I love art. Some people are very good at drawing. Some people are really good at painting. Some artists are really good at making things from clay. Let's find out what type of artist this little boy is. Before we begin, we are going to look at page 350, and we are going to get set to read at the top. This is our background and vocabulary, okay, for the art lesson. In the yellow box here, it says, read to find the meanings of these words. Please repeat each word after me. Chalk, chalk. Copy, copy. Crayons, crayons. Powders, powders. Practice, practice. Smock, smock. So these are the vocabulary words we are going to be using in this story. Please listen very carefully, and of course, feel free to read along with me. Be an artist. The art lesson is the story of a boy who wants to be an artist when he grows up. What would you need to be an artist? It depends on what kind of art you want to make. Crayons are great for making brightly colored drawings. Many of you have crayons in your desks at school. Many artists like to draw with chalk. Your teachers have many different colors of chalk in their classroom. Some paints are made by adding water to colored powders. So if you add water to this blue powder, you will get blue paint. Great for painting pictures. Art students sometimes copy famous paintings or illustrations. It takes a lot of practice to become a good artist. So you can see the little boy here in this picture. He's looking very closely at this painting and he's copying it. He's making one of his own that looks like it. When you paint, it's a good idea to wear a smock to protect your clothes, right? So if you don't wear a smock, you're going to get paint all over your clothing, all over your school uniform. Mom and Dad won't be happy about that at all. So please remember these vocabulary words. Let's continue. Selection 1, The Art Lesson by Tommy DePaula. Our strategy focus: as you read about a boy who loves to draw pictures, evaluate the way the author uses words and pictures to tell the story. So we're going to pay attention to the pictures in the story, okay? We're going to pay attention to the words that are written in the story. It's going to help us understand. Let's begin. Please read along with me. There we go. Tommy knew he wanted to be an artist when he grew up. He drew pictures everywhere he went. It was his favorite thing to do. Look over here. What did he draw a picture of here? What about up here? His friends had favorite things to do too. Jack collected all kinds of turtles. Herbie made huge cities in his sandbox. Jeannie, Tommy's best friend, could do cartwheels and stand on her head. But Tommy drew and drew and drew. His twin cousins, who were already grown up, were in art school learning to be real artists. They told him not to copy and to practice, practice, practice. So he did. What are his twin cousins painting? Do you know what kind of flowers those are? Hint, it starts with the T. Tulips. Tommy put his pictures up on the walls of his half of the bedroom. His mom put them up all around the house. Look at all of these beautiful pictures of Tommy's. His dad took them to the barber shop where he worked. See all the pictures on the wall at the barber shop? Many of the boys go to a barber shop. What is he doing? What's Tommy's father doing? You go to the barber shop to get a haircut, right? Tom and Nana, Tommy's Irish grandfather and grandmother, had his pictures in their grocery store. Nana Fall River, his Italian grandmother, put one in a special frame on the table next to the photograph of Aunt Chloe in her wedding dress. Wow, I think Tommy's going to be a famous artist. His family, they love his drawings very much. Once, Tommy took a flashlight and a pencil under the covers and drew pictures on his sheets. But when his mom changed the sheets on Monday and found them, she said, "No more drawing on the sheets, Tommy." Does Tommy's mother look happy? I don't think so. His mom and dad were having a new house built. So Tommy drew pictures of what it would look like when it was finished. When the walls were up, one of the carpenters gave Tommy a piece of bright blue chalk. Tommy took the chalk and drew beautiful pictures all over the unfinished walls. But when the painters came, his dad said, "That's it, Tommy. No more drawing on the walls." Oh, poor Tommy. Tommy couldn't wait to go to kindergarten. His brother, Joe, told him there was a real art teacher who came to the school to give art lessons. "When do we have our art lessons?" Tommy asked the kindergarten teacher. "Oh, you won't have your art lessons until next year," said Miss Bird. "But we are going to paint pictures tomorrow." It wasn't much fun. The paint was awful, and the paper got all wrinkly. Miss Bird made the paint by pouring different colored powders into different jars and mixing them with water. The paint didn't stick to the paper very well, and it cracked. Uh-oh, sounds like Tommy doesn't like watercolor, right? If it was windy, when Tommy carried his picture home, the paint blew right off the paper. "At least you get more than one piece of paper in kindergarten," his brother Joe said. "When the art teacher comes, you only get one piece." My goodness, look at how the paint blows off of the paper. Tommy knew that the art teacher came to the school every other Wednesday. He could tell she was an artist because she wore a blue smock over her dress, and she always carried a big box of thick colored chalks. See all the beautiful chalks in her hand? Once, Tommy and Jeannie looked at the drawings that were hung up in the hallway. They were done by the first graders. "Your pictures are much better," Janine told Tommy. "Next year, when we have real art lessons, you'll be the best one." I think Jeannie likes Tommy. Tommy could hardly wait. He practiced all summer. Then, on his birthday, which was right after school began, his mom and dad gave him a box of 64 Crayola crayons. Regular boxes of crayons had red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, brown, and black. This box had so many other colors: blue-violet, turquoise, red-orange, pink, and even gold, silver, and copper. Wow. "Class," said Miss Landers, the first grade teacher, "next month the art teacher will come to our room. So on Monday, instead of singing, we will practice using our crayons." I think Tommy will be excited. On Monday, Tommy brought his 64 crayons to school. Miss Landers was not pleased. "Everyone must use the same crayons," she said. "School crayons!" School crayons had only the same old 8 colors. As Miss Landers passed them out to the class, she said, "These crayons are school property, so do not break them, peel off the paper, or wear down the points." "How am I supposed to practice being an artist with school crayons?" Tommy asked Jack and Herbie. "That's enough, Tommy," Miss Landers said, "and I want you to take those birthday crayons home with you and leave them there." And Joe was right. They only got one piece of paper. Goodness. Finally, the day of the art lesson came. Tommy could hardly sleep that night. The next morning, he hid the box of 64 crayons under his sweater and went off to school. He was ready. There he is. The classroom door opened, and in walked the art teacher. Miss Landers said, "Class, this is Mrs. Bowers, the art teacher. Patty," there's Patty, "who is our paper monitor this week, will give out one piece of paper to each of you. And remember, don't ruin it, because it is the only piece you'll get. Now pay attention to Mrs. Bowers." "Class," Mrs. Bowers began, "because Thanksgiving is not too far away, we will learn to draw a pilgrim man, a pilgrim woman, and a turkey. Watch carefully and copy me." Copy? Copy? Tommy knew that real artists didn't copy. This was terrible. This was supposed to be a real art lesson. He folded his arms and just sat there. "Now what's the matter?" Miss Landers asked. Tommy looked past her and spoke right to Mrs. Bowers. "I'm going to be an artist when I grow up, and my cousins told me that real artists don't copy. And besides, Miss Landers won't let me use my own 64 Crayola crayons." Ooh, Tommy is not happy. "Well, well," Mrs. Bowers said, "what are we going to do?" She turned to Miss Landers and they whispered together. Miss Landers nodded. "Now, Tommy," Mrs. Bowers said, "it wouldn't be fair to let you do something different from the rest of the class." Mrs. Bowers is right. Tommy needs to be a team player. "But I have an idea. If you draw the pilgrim man and woman and the turkey, and if there's any time left, I'll give you another piece of paper and you can do your own picture with your own crayons. Can you do that?" "I'll try," Tommy said with a big smile. Now Tommy's happy. And he did. Wow, look at that. It's beautiful. And he did. Well, look at who he drew. Isn't that Mrs. Bowers, the art teacher? Tommy likes her. And he still does. And there's Tommy DePaula. This story is about the author and the illustrator. We're going to talk more about the art lesson in tomorrow's class. But what I would like you to do today is I would like you to go back and reread the story on your own, out loud, 2 times. You can read with mom and dad as well, if they are home with you. Practice makes perfect, just like painting a picture, just like drawing. Anything in art requires practice, and so does reading. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, and please leave a comment in the contact form letting me know what you thought about this story, what you thought about Tommy, and what you thought about his paintings and his teachers. Take care, stay safe, be well, and I will see you in period 4 for our grammar lesson. Bye-bye now.